Joseph Beach, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman says, I just hopped out of a moving car to get away from a date from hell. Let's get it.
Literally just hopped out of a moving car because I was on the date from hell. Okay, like when I tell you I didn't even wait for this man to pull over, he was over an hour late for our date. Over an hour late to our date. I should have known then to just cancel the shit because you're not respecting my time. However, I overlooked it because I'm like, oh my God, I've known this person since high school, and he's communicating with me, letting me know like, hey, I'm going to be, this amount of minutes late. Like, he's calling me, texting me, letting me know what's up because there's traffic. We live here in LA. Shit happens. He's coming off work, whatever. So I was cool with it. I was like, all right, cool. You're being communicative. Like, I'll still continue the date. He comes to pick me up over an hour late. And when I get in the car, we hug. Hey, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Like, good to see you. Right. And then I let him know like, hey, like you're an hour late. Like next time, like, please don't show up so late because like, I won't like go on a date. Like I was being firm. I wasn't being condescending. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't being aggressive. None of that shit. I was just letting him know like, hey, I'm a very punctual person.
Are we going to believe that? I'm jumping to that conclusion. I'm sensing the energy right now that she's given us. How did she relay that message? She was firm, but probably a lot of attitude. Let's keep listening.
My time is valuable to me. And if you're going to tell me you're going to be here at 6 o'clock, don't show up past 6. Okay, don't show up at especially 7 o'clock an hour later. And do you know that this man turned his car around? It's like, I'm taking you back home. Like, who do you think you are telling me that I can't be late, picking you up to a date? I drove 30 minutes to pick you up and I paid for these tickets and blah, 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 blah. And who do you think you are? Who the I think I am, sir? Like, this is why they warn you, don't ever date the person that has chased you for a long time, that has wanted you for a long time, because they're usually crazy. I jumped out of a halfway moving car tonight because I could not get away from this man fast enough. And I left his door wide the open and he like busts in the middle of the street and like peels off. What the is wrong with you, man? Are you seriously mad because someone told you don't be an hour late to picking them up? The woman that
Look at those eyes. You can tell a lot by looking into those eyes.
Been chasing for over 20 years finally gives you the time of day. I feel like this is one of those moments where he had it in his mind the whole time to play in my face because he wanted to get back at me from 20 years ago or something. Now, mind you, this is not an ex. I've never done anything to this man. I've never slept with him, never kissed him, never like curved him in any type of way, never played with this man's emotions. But I feel like because he didn't have access to me for over 20 years, when he finally got the opportunity, he wanted to like show me who's boss. Okay.
All right. So what do you guys think of that? I'm just going to deal with what I think happened here. Not who I think was right or wrong, but what is going on. You see, this chick is doubling back to men who she friend-zoned. That's the first thing I got. She's doubling back to men who she friend-zoned, and those men are now
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
caffeinated. They've watched too much episodes of the Coffee Pod, and they can tell when a woman still doesn't respect them, even if he's improved himself, because it's either one or the other. It's either he's improved himself to the point where now you're looking his way, or your sexual market value has dropped enough. You've been used in the streets and whatever. And now you're thinking, you know what? The guy that chased me for 20 years can finally get it. He might be able to get it. Now, people are going to say, well, I think he overreacted. I think a guy like that, most guys like that who are doubling back, and this is why you shouldn't double back on women who denied you for 20 years. Most guys like that, they're not looking to build a family with that chick. I think he was trying to prove a point. He's on his villain arc. He's finally realized, like, hey, what's her name used to play with me for a little bit. I wonder what's up. And realize that she's still sees him like she once was. And a lot of these chicks will treat you like they're doing you a favor if they played with you for 20 years. I'll check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. What do you guys think? First comment here says, this is why being blunt and honest on date one is so important, because it shows how they react before you continue on. I wouldn't have reacted as strongly as he did. I do personally think that he overreacted a little bit, especially if you're not taking that woman seriously, which a lot of guys out here dating modern women aren't, then most of that stuff can just be noise. And you just, dating the person for a good time is what I picked up from that. Here's another comment that says, you find out who people really are when you hold them accountable and set boundaries. Somebody else here says, child, my patience level would have told him not to come. Got food already. Here's somebody else who says, and men are in a loneliness epidemic and wondering why. Oh, I think we've got the feminist comment section here. Another comment here says, man finally got a date after 20 years and fumbled it in the first 2 minutes. Another comment here says, if he only drove 30 minutes, why was he an hour late then? It sounded like he talked to her, right? It sounded like he was communicating with her about how he was going to be late. I don't think he expected to check her like that. Another comment here says, he was late on purpose. He was playing games with you, testing how much you'd put up with. Another comment here says, never ever go out with the man chasing you. They want to humble you. They're bitter. Here's another comment that says, always chasing, but can never meet the standards. Guys, what do you guys think of this story and this dating situation? Comment down below. And have you ever doubled back on a chick who friend zoned you back in the day and you tried to see, well, maybe now? Let us know. How did it go? Till next time, I'm out. Peace.